Here we are. It's Ron and Hope Unfiltered. Real, raw, and relevant. Ron, look.
Forever.
Look what I got.
You ain't been in like forever.
Ron, it was just last week. Look what I came into our taping. I had a gift on the table, and here it is. Can y'all see this?
Came from our technicians.
Yes, it came from Kevin and Morgan, and it's rose gold. I love it. You know, I love gifts.
So I took mine off. I didn't showcase it to everybody.
Well,
I was humble
gifts
with mine.
Are one of my love languages, so I'm pretty happy about it. They love
it's
me.
It's like your only love language, kind of, isn't it? Is
Ron,
it one of them, or is it like the only one?
It's the top one.
Should we tell them about Las Vegas? What
No.
I said to you in Las Vegas?
Absolutely not.
I think we should. I think they should know.
Ron.
Yeah.
No.
I think we should. Now they all want to know.
Well, we're not telling them. There's just some things you don't tell.
No, this is Ron and Hope. Unfiltered, real, raw, and relevant.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and tell them then. It'll be on you. I'll let you get the comments.
Let me see. Let me weigh it out. Let me weigh it out. We'll come back around to it.
All
Tell them
right.
what we're talking about today.
Can
you do this and be serious?
What a woman needs from a man.
Now, you speaking from your perspective or women internationally?
I'm a woman.
No, I'm talking about women in general or what you need.
Well, everybody needs something different, but I think that women in general need certain things from a man.
And would you say on a scale of 1 to 10?
Here we go. Something stupid's coming out. What?
On a scale of 1 to 10, are you being provided those things that you need from a man?
Am I being provided? Absolutely.
What
I
level?
have the best husband in the world.
You being funny?
I'm being serious.
I think I know what you need. I think.
You do.
For the most part. Not surprise me every now and then, but for the most part, I know. No, I told Hope, I said, this was actually my idea to do this, and we'd probably come back around and do one was a man need from a woman. So you might say, well, that's not what I need, or we just want to speak in generalities. Everybody has specific personality profiles. Everybody grew up with certain deficiencies. A lot of people got a hole in their bucket because they didn't have this or they didn't have that. We understand the gamut on what the needs of a person can fill up this room.
Specific needs
but
can be
in
different.
General, something across the board that a man would need to understand that a woman needs these things to balance out her healthy emotional state.
Yeah.
Is that a good way to put it?
Yes. And in general, just the bottom line, the overarching, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church.
Yep.
That's the big one. That's the biggie. And that word love encompasses so many things.
Mm-hmm. Start off number one, and I'm going to throw some things in there that I think you need that you may not realize you need. But I'll say after living with you this long.
To love me like Christ loved the church, I need you to be sacrificial for me.
Okay. Next. Okay. Flesh that out. What does that mean? That's very broad. I need you to love me. Okay.
I need you to be willing to work hard for me and the kids to make sure our needs are met, to provide for us financially, to be there for us emotionally.
Define that.
To be there for us emotionally.
To be present.
To be present when we're down, when we're sick, when we're going through menopause.
Okay, I think this coincides. I think this coincides. I would say, you say love me and be sacrificial. I would say it this way. I think you have a real deep need and desire to be understood. Mm-hmm. And by nature, men don't get women.
Because we're very complicated.
Yes, you're extremely complicated. Men are extremely simple.
Mm-hmm. We're highly emotional.
Y'all are very complicated wiring. We have very hard wiring. Mm-hmm. And
everything meshes together.
But here's
for
the
us.
thing, where Paul said, dwell with her with knowledge. excuse me, that was Peter that said that. I'm sorry. Peter said, dwell with her with knowledge. That means understand her. And I will tell you, I do think that is a lifelong journey.
It is.
I think that's a lifelong journey.
It's not, though, like you get hit by a light bulb and you understand her. You have to intentionally try to understand her. Yep. You have to understand what a cycle is with a woman. You have to understand her emotions. You have to understand that she's not going to have sex with you if you have not kept your end of the bargain. If you have not picked up the kids or helped with the homework or fixed the fence outside, she's not going to want to openly give herself to you if you've not done the things.
Because she's connected to all that.
Yes.
She's connected.
Y'all are not connected. Y'all can compartmentalize.
Men can compartmentalize.
You're like, sex? Okay. Yeah. I don't care if I have to eat. Do we even have children? Let's just have sex.
We can take something, put it off in a box, and put it right over here.
We cannot.
And this has nothing to do with this.
So that's why you have to understand us. We can't do that.
Okay.
So if you want to have sex, you better get in there and help us wash the dishes.
What's that illustration I give at the marriage conference? Yeah, your dad just died. Should be a time of mourning and grieving. The man gets home and says, what do you think about having sex? Well, he's put the death over here, and now he's got wanting to have sex, and those two don't connect, whereas the woman looks at you and says, are you out of your mind?
How can she be turned on when she's grieving?
So because this is directly connected to this. And I tell me, and I said, if she's been on you about, would you please cut the grass? And she drives up in her yard, and the grass is embarrassing to her, and she's got her next door neighbor.
But you standing at the door looking like Rico Suave with your chain on, and you want to have sex.
It's not going to happen.
No.
Why? Because she's connected to that grass.
Unkept
if
yard.
you said, would you go get the kids bathed for me while I get the dishes and table cleaned off? And he just sits there in his chair and watches the ball game. But he runs in there about 10 o'clock wanting to have sex, okay? Notice he's always wanting what? He's wanting the physical intimacy. He wants sex. But she's connected to all this stuff
so he's got to
that he did or did not
her.
do. That he did or did not do. And what I have told you and we'll do the man thing later, is I said, a man has to sometimes feel like he don't have to work for your sex. Do you see what I'm talking about? It's not really work. It is understanding that she's connected to these things, and these things need to be, she needs to know that he cares about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because caring about that
cares about
to
you.
Us says you care about me.
That's when you hear I love you.
About.
That's when you hear I love you. So,
right.
And so the both is, that's where the mutual submission comes in. Sometimes you need to be spontaneous and it ain't based on nothing. That's tough for a woman to do.
Even physically.
Yeah, and but all for a man's like, what does bathing the kids have to do with why won't you have sex with me?
Everything.
It does, but he takes it personal, and it really wasn't personal. I've told people to seduce a woman, you have to start about 8 a.m.
True.
And it's a day-long process.
But see, baby, high five me. You've learned it. You understand me.
No, I knew that as a child.
Oh, you did? You knew that?
I was born that way.
You knew that as a child?
I was born that way.
Oh, okay.
That was innate giftings that God gave me.
Father God, here we go.
So, no, right. Okay, this comes a little bit more natural to me than I think some guys. I remember our daughter was having a talk with me a while back about, seeing some things that I did for you during our marriage that were attracted to her. And I had to tell my daughter, I said, I need to hold you back a minute. I said, I don't think I'm normal. I said, the normal's probably somewhere in the middle. I said, I probably go a little bit overboard because I'm actually one of those crazy guys that I get some level of fulfillment out of making sure that your world is taken care of. Do I not?
You do.
I do. And I don't know that that's...
I don't know that we want to diagnose that.
I don't know that that's a general statement with everybody. But there's some things that would be a part of the natural part of my day that some other guys might look and go,
you're always thinking about me. You really are. You're thinking about, how will this affect Hope? How will this make Hope feel? Would Hope like this? Does this fit in her schedule? You're always being mindful.
We got
of me.
electric vehicles out here, so I'm like, okay, if I do this, then her car ain't going to be charged.
You really are. You take care of me. You're
and
a
that
good
makes
husband.
you feel what?
I feel safe. I need safety.
So you need to be loved sacrificially. You need to be understood. But you also need to feel safe.
I do. I want to feel safe.
Define that. Define some things that make you feel safe.
For me personally, I know that I am the weaker vessel.
And you don't have no problem saying that.
I don't. And I don't mind it at all because I like being taken care of. And you make me feel very safe. I know that if you lost your job, if something happened, I know you'd go do whatever it took to work 3 jobs to make sure the bills were paid. Now, would I need to go work? And I would, and I don't mind it. But I know that you are going to do you're not going to sit at home and lay down on me. You're going to take care of it. I feel safe.
You know, there was a time where I couldn't provide for you well, and it worked on me. It worked on my manhood. I think most men would say that. Did you see me as less than?
I did not, because I saw you working so hard to do what you were doing.
So it wasn't the actual money that came as a result. It was the diligence that you saw in me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew days would get better because you were a hard worker. Wasn't the amount of money.
I'm learning some things today. Sometimes I hadn't heard her say this before.
And I worked 3 jobs, so you would work one.
We're built that way. We do what we have to do. We still do that.
Yeah.
If it needs to be done, jump in there and do it. That's one of the places where we're friends and partners. We share that same
We're pretty much both go-getters.
Yeah, don't complain about it. Get it done. Mm-hmm. Just get it done. And don't wait on somebody else to do it. You know, we're both kind of built like that, whether it's at church, honestly, at home. Mm-hmm. Just we walk in, we walk in the house and we start doing stuff. This needs to be taken out. This needs to be put up. This needs to be rinsed off. You know, we just start doing it. And that's kind of the way, I think we've always been like that, though. You know, you wash dishes, I'm in there vacuuming. And that was just normal to us. But there's a lot of people that does not function that way.
They do not.
And when they hear it, it's a strange sound to them.
It is. And I can't imagine being married to some of those men. I cannot.
Well.
Couldn't do it.
So, and this is not scripted. We didn't read this out of no book, you know, the 13 things that every woman needs. So if you see this in a book, it didn't come from because we read it. This is unscripted. You need to be loved sacrificially. You need to be understood, and you need to feel safe.
I do.
Okay. What else makes you feel safe? My choices, my character.
Knowing your relationship with the Lord. That makes me feel very, very safe. I have said many times in my frustration against you, because you're bullheaded. You know you're bullheaded. You're stubborn. But I have said this to Pastor Denise in counseling different times. I said, but I can trust if he won't listen to anybody else, he's going to listen to God. If God tells him, he's going to do it. If he hears from God, no matter what it looks like, how hard it is, he's going to do it. I said, if he won't listen to anybody else, he's going to listen to God. And that makes me feel you are so freaking stubborn.
Really, Emma? All my life or with age? My life or with age?
No, but it's a good thing because I think you're stubborn.
Because I had to be.
It aggravates me.
I had to be, though.
Sometimes you won't listen to what I'm saying, or I'll say in frustration, you don't listen. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
You're not listening.
But it's because you've got a plan. You are proactive. You're already on stuff. Sometimes I have to pull you back to listen to say, wait a minute, can we talk about this? Or have you thought about this? Mm-hmm. Or let me show you what I think. But that makes me feel safe too, that you have a plan. I told you years ago, one of the things that I love so much about you is that you are always...
Yeah, I didn't see that answer coming. You threw me when you said that.
You're always working on a plan. I
thought you was going to say, like, I love the way you kiss me, or I love something romantic. And because it was one of them times, what do you love most about? We were just, I don't know, anniversary. We sitting on a hammock. We looking at each other. And when you came back with that threw me. I told you I was not expecting that. You said the thing that one of the things I think you said that I love most about you, Ron Carpenter, is that you always have a plan.
I think men want to hear, "Oh, I love your muscles. I think you're sexy. I love how you kiss me." And you have all of the great physical traits.
But that's not, yeah.
But for a woman to go the distance, because looks fail. We get older. We get wrinkles.
Beauty is fleeting.
It is. But to know that I have a very strong, determined, visionary, that is sexier to me than anything.
Cut that thing off. Get on out of here.
And you're funny.
I would say, this is an observation, this is fun.
You like this because I'm tooting your horn.
I would say, okay, well, let's stop. Don't hurt my feelings and don't castrate me in front of everybody. What's an area I could work on? Probably listening. Listening, because you do tell me a lot, Ron, you're not hearing me. You say that a lot. You're not hearing me.
When I'll come to you with something and you will not hear it, you don't listen, you always have a comeback. And that is very frustrating because it makes you feel not heard. Or that what I'm saying is not valid.
I'll admit that to everybody. You do, and we don't argue a lot, but in our times where we are in a disagreement, it is not uncommon. It's sometime during the disagreement for you to look at me frustrated and say, "Ron, you're not hearing me. You're not hearing me."
Or not even just hearing.
I think you're trying to say comprehending. You're not understanding me, and sometimes it's not for lack of trying. Sometimes that's why I tell us, I said, ladies look at men all the time and said, "You just don't get it, don't you?" And I looked at the ladies and said, "No, ladies, he doesn't get it."
Sometimes with you, I feel like, though, that you are such a leader.
That I won't hear it.
You won't. That's what I mean.
I won't hear it, okay.
Is that you won't hear it because you're so used to having to have the answers for everybody.
Because that's what I do all day.
All day. And you've had to do it your whole life. You've had to have the answers. You've had to have the vision. You've had to come and rally the troops. Solve the problem. And so you've already got an answer in your mind.
You're right.
Before I sit down to say anything, and you've already decided that's the way it's going to be.
You're right. You're exactly right. You didn't even get to finish telling me the problem. I done answered it. And then sometimes
I think that frustrates our kids too.
Yep, it does. Because I've heard them say that. Yep. Dad, listen to me. Dad, listen to me. So
out of the mouth of two or three witnesses,
I think in my head, I don't know if this is a generality in man. So if you're asking me what I need the feeling of I can fix something. Because when somebody comes to me with a problem, can I tell you what, the same thing that's frustrating my kids and you is frustrating me. Sometimes people don't want me to fix it. They just want me to listen to the problem. That frustrates the crap out of me. If I'm going to sit there and give you an hour and listen to the problem, but you're not going to let me fix it, and I know I got an answer in the back of my head.
Now, if I'm coming to you for a problem, I want you to answer it.
But our daughter don't.
But I'm coming to you saying I got an answer.
Yeah. I've had to learn about channeling, though. Channeling just wants me to hear.
Yep.
Her frustration, her pain, what's aggravating, or how bad her day was. And, well, baby, did you think about, she don't want that. Mm-mm. But that is my go-to, because while I'm listening to her on this side, I'm fixing it on this side. So I'm waiting for her to finish so I can give her the answer, because that's the way I'm built. And I've had to learn, you're not nearly as bad as her, but you are that way sometimes. Sometimes you don't want me to fix it. Ron, just sit here and listen. You know, the fact that my world ain't perfect right now, and I just want to talk about it. I could use some help there and not trying to be bullheaded and have an answer. You're right. So we took me back down a notch. You lifted me up.
But I was going to tell you, I'm looking at you in that shirt. You've been taking some new medicine and you getting trim.
Everybody's going to think I'm on Ozempic now.
You not on Ozempic.
Some medicine.
You getting trim
I am. Don't show everybody my 8-pack.
Your 8-pack. Oh
I ain't never had a pack or nothing.
No, but you are. I can tell.
I've lost weight.
Yeah. Looks great.
I'm actually on a medicine where they had to get my sugar down.
It wasn't too high, but
It
they
wasn't
wanted
too
to
high,
get it
but they didn't
before
like where
got
it
high.
was. And he told me the medicine they put me on, he said, you're probably going to drop a little bit of weight with this. And I told you I'm not as hungry because the man can eat, can't he?
My Lord.
Can me and my kids eat? Me and my 2 boys.
It blows my mind
We
what
can
you eat.
put down some food.
We can leave a restaurant at night
And I'll go make a sandwich.
drive in the driveway and you making a peanut butter sandwich. I'm like, dude, if you was that hungry, you should have ordered more at the restaurant.
And my boys are just the same way too. Boy, when you call my boys, they'll talk about what they're cooking.
Chase is the worst.
They'll talk about food.
Chase is obsessed with food.
And he can cook too. Both of them can. Chaz learned how when he lived off the campus at college, and Chase did because of his bodybuilding. But anyway, we've got this last one right here. Oh, we got plenty of time. Let's go 2 more. You tell me one you know, and then I'll tell you one I perceive.
Another one that I need from you?
There's a lot of stuff. Go ahead. I'll throw it in. I think you need variety.
In what?
Everything. I think same old. You are a kind of person that can do that for limited amounts of time.
That I would say that would be more me in my early years. Now, you have to admit, I am more chill, relaxed, can stay at home, all those things than I used to be.
Yep. But I can look at you and say, baby, we're going for anniversary. And I say, man, I love Cabo. We went last year. And you're like, we've already been to Cabo.
12 times.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I love, if I enjoyed it, let's keep doing it.
Right. That is so true about you. You're going to go to the same sushi
if
restaurant.
I've gone to 3 or 4 places and I'm like, this one is the best, then I'll go to that one 50 times.
You will.
You know, because if I find something that works, stay with it. And you will come up and you kind of push the envelope, you know, let's go here or let's do this or let's eat here. And we haven't done that because I think by nature you have sometimes a taste for something different. I told people, I said, I get in my routine and I long for a break. And while I'm in my break,
can't wait to get back.
I start longing for my routine.
Yep.
And that's kind of the way
but
I work.
I think you and I have learned that about ourselves. We love, I flourish in a routine. You do too.
I have to have structure. I'd be all over the place. Yeah.
But we go so hard. You know, ours is not 9 to 5.
No.
And it's not the same thing every day. We go so hard and there's so many pulls on our life that we've learned to take shorter
You got to remove yourself
breaks,
from it. Yep.
but closer together. Like every 6 weeks, we'll take a 3-night break.
Yep. And we used to wait all year and then go off somewhere 8 or 9 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
That doesn't work
that
for
doesn't
us.
work. And so, you know, coming in every 4 or 5 weeks and saying, okay, we're going to get out of here for a long weekend. We do that a lot more than we used
and
to.
That fuels us, refreshes us.
You need gifts.
I do, Kevin and Morgan.
What?
You did it.
Let me ask you a question.
You did it.
When I get you a gift, and I'm not talking about bougie stuff, so don't put nothing in the comments crazy, because
He's talking about bringing me a mug.
she can
with
go
a balloon.
she can go to a designer store and she can go to H&M, and she does it all
And
the time.
Target.
And she
And
does
Walmart.
it all the time. So a gift. What's going on inside of you? Okay, you came home this weekend, and I went to
Victoria's
I went to
Secret,
Victoria's Secret, Pink, and one other place. I bought you
H&M.
H&M. I bought you 2 little sweater dresses, and I bought you
Some new pajamas.
Some pajamas, not sexy lingerie. I bought pajamas, nightwear.
Because you know I love it.
Okay, when you came in, tired, been flying all day, I went to the door. I got your suitcase. I rolled it in. You walked right to the thing and saw 3 bags.
I was like, it energized me. I was like,
And none of them said Gucci, Prada, or Louis
No.
Vuitton. They said Pink and H&M. What's going on inside you then? What message?
well,
What did you hear?
stress hit me first when I saw Victoria's Secret. That's what went on inside. I was like, oh, crap.
You thought that was for me,
Yes,
and not for you.
but
okay.
it wasn't. I
No, it
opened
had. Look, it had brown pajamas in
and
it.
they were long
Brown.
and soft. Yes.
Like, I mean,
No,
how?
it made me think, oh my gosh, I've been gone a week
And he
with
was
my mom
thinking.
and dad. He was out at the mall shopping, but he was thinking about me.
Mm-hmm. This is exactly what was happening.
He wasn't just out at the mall for himself. He was thinking about me.
So
You preferred me.
You feel a feeling of, I'm important.
Yeah.
That's good. What's the last one?
I didn't know we had a last one.
What the last one for this episode?
Oh.
Anyway. I did I said let's do one. You do one. I'll do it. And I threw mine out first. I said
Okay,
variety.
hold on. I need you to affirm me in my gifts and in my call.
What does that look like?
You do it. You
Trusting you with large
you
responsibilities.
push me to write books. You push me. You understand when I can't be with you, and I'm like, Ron, I got to dedicate 4 hours this Saturday to writing a book. You're like, go for it. You know how much I love pouring into the lives of women, and you allow me to go do my Come Higher retreats.
I have to get used to it.
Although we're separated, but you know that fuels me, and it fills a void
But
in
it's
it.
teaching me to cook.
Yeah.
It is teaching me to cook.
You help me be better in my gifts. If I'm studying and I come to you, you take the time to say, well, have you ever thought about this scripture? You affirm me.
And say, I love that because you let me fix.
Yeah.
Ron, I'm stuck right here. I'm right here in chapter 3, verse 13, and I've just hit a wall. Oh, man, you just got my juices flowing. You just brought me into your problem.
Yeah, but it makes me better. I mean, I need that from you. We're a pretty good team.
The affirmation of gifts. Let me ask you this. You have counseled as many women as any counselor who does it professionally probably. Come Higher. You've heard every problem. You've heard every complaint. You've heard every dysfunction. You've heard it all. Non-sexual. What is the most consistent complaint you've heard from ladies? My husband don't blank. Out of all these hundreds of women you deal with, you getting ready to go off to do 2 more of them. Mm-hmm. And all of it comes out.
My husband does not give me himself emotionally.
Ooh. I don't think most men know how, Hope.
My husband will not become vulnerable with me. My husband will not share with me. So that makes us connected. That makes you that creates a soul tie. Sharing information. I do have a soul tie with you, and I'm glad I do. It's a healthy one. Mm-hmm. But many marriages don't because they don't share information. They just work. They put the money in the bank. They have sex. They eat together, and that is it. But emotionally, there's nothing.
I would agree 100% with that. I'm not defending men. I think men, especially strong alpha male men, showing some level of vulnerability is so difficult because we don't know the response we're going to get. Because we do want to impress you. We do. We can't help it.
But that's an unmet need.
I know. We want to impress you. We want you to be impressed with us. And so there is this, even if it's not big, we want this little S on our cape. And to tell you and admit to you we are not all that is difficult for the way the male species is built.
I don't even know if it's admitting like I'm not that or I'm weak or what. It's just the sitting there and looking at you emotionally saying, man, I love you so much, honey. Okay. The man doing that to the woman.
I thought it was more the vulnerable side. Yeah.
You're beautiful. Come here and let me help you with the kids. Oh, that's emotionally being involved.
And not just telling a woman what you think, but telling a woman what you feel.
Yes.
I feel this or I feel that.
What do you feel right now?
Are you mushy?
What do you feel right now?
Are you mushy?
I am not mushy. You know I'm not mushy. You're mushy.
So you don't ever like it when I get like sentimental?
Yeah, I love it when you get sentimental, but I'm not very, very sentimental. You know that about me.
I saw you cry one time like in the 90s. I said something nice and I saw you cry one time in the 90s.
No, I do cry. You can bring it out in me when nobody else, you and my kids, really. But I'm so black and white and very dunk, 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 dunk. You're more romantic. You're more mushy.
I'm more grab you and make you stand right there and listen to me.
Yes, and look at you.
And I'm going to look you right dead in your eyes and I'm going to tell you.
And it gets me tickled sometimes.
Amazing things, yep.
Yes.
You know what, though? Sometimes it's hard for you to sit there and look at me and hear it.
I know.
Why would it be hard for a woman to hear that?
Many reasons.
Maybe because she's not used to hearing it.
Mm-hmm. But I'm used to it. You tell me a lot.
You're used to it now.
Mm-hmm.
You're used to it now. But no kidding aside, when we were dating.
It was hard for me
when we were dating, and I would go there with you. You were extremely affectionate. I don't want to say that. That's not what I'm saying at all. You look like when I would go there, because that comes naturally to me. You know, I
was affectionate to you, but it wasn't deep things.
Yeah, it wasn't deep. And when I would go there, I think I'm trying to say it looked like you didn't know quite what to do with it.
I'd never had a boyfriend in my life. I met you when I was 18. I'd never had a boyfriend that was, head over heels in love with me or deep, And
I was that.
And
I was that. I was that. I was head over heels.
So I didn't know how to respond to that.
Head over heels, smitten twice over. I was, because when I went hard. And so I'll let it come out. If I'm feeling it, I tell you. And you would, I think you loved it, but you didn't always look like you knew how to respond to it. And, but you just sit there and grin and take it all in now.
I do.
You know, I love it.
I say, tell me more.
We've been talking 32 minutes about what does a woman need. That's all you need?
I need your money too. I need you to pay them bills.
That leads me back to Las Vegas, but I won't tell them. It's not a dirty story.
Tell it, Ron.
It's not a dirty story.
We saved the best for last.
It's not a dirty story.
No, we were in Las Vegas.
It was sad.
We saw
one
somebody.
Part of it's sad.
We saw a call girl with a
for
guy.
For those of you who've never been in Las Vegas, we're a 50-minute flight from Las Vegas now.
And we love the food.
Yeah, so when we lived in Greenville, we'd drive up to Asheville to see the Biltmore. Now, a quick trip is a Las Vegas trip, and the plane's ticket $75, So we go there, but it is what it is. Prostitution is legal there, and you can if you're in the hotels and casinos about 10 o'clock at night, they stick out like a sore thumb. You can see it. It's sad, honestly. We've sat and talked about how sad it is, and how that's somebody's daughter, somewhere walking around like that. But out of that conversation came a joke. And
I was like, man, I wonder how much that costs.
Yeah, you was talking about how guys coming there and just paying all that, and that
I said that's ridiculous.
Some of it's like I guess high end. I've certainly never been in that world. Don't ever want to be in it. And then you made the statements like, Ron, ain't you glad you ain't got to pay all that to have sex? And I looked at Hope and I said, baby, I said, you are the most expensive sex. I said, sex here is so much cheaper than the sex I have to pay
so
for.
Dumb.
And we both sat there and did that. We started laughing because there wasn't much she could say. She knew it. I said, it ain't cheap at my house. It costs a fortune.
Bills.
Cost a fortune. Anyway, we love you guys. Tell them, Hope.
This is Ron and Hope, real, raw, relevant. Listen, if you like this, share it. Subscribe. Send this to a friend. Hey, send this to some guys who need to hear
That's good.
what a woman
And leave a comment in the
needs.
comment section. I'd like to hear what some of you guys and even ladies have to say.
Yes, let us know how we can help you. If you want
Inner
to
Circle?
join Inner Circle, I do monthly mentorship. We have over 600 people all over
You did
the
one
world.
yesterday.
Yes.
Did one yesterday.
Talking about the 2 mindsets, a fixed mindset, a growth mindset. People all over the world, 5 countries represented. If you would love mentorship, go to hopeinnercircle.com and join. You get the first month free. You get my book for free. And the wealth of information that you get, it's just immeasurable. I'd love to have you.
And I don't write a lot of books, but I have archived all of my messages for 30 years into something called the Vault. And there is a monthly subscription because it costs a lot of money for us to package my whole life's teachings of 30-some years. But you got to download the Ron Carpenter app. And when you download the Ron Carpenter app, you'll see on there something says the Vault. And you can be a monthly subscriber.
So
Keep
good,
it as
too.
long as you want to. Quit it whenever you want to. There's no
Everything
contract
you need in
to it.
there about
Every topic
prayer,
imaginable. Every
the
topic
Holy
imaginable.
Spirit, marriage,
Every
money,
topic's imaginable.
all the
all,
things.
all the conferences we've had, all the
Yes.
special speakers we've had, it's
So
all in there.
good.
So we'd love for you to get that. But until next time, we really do care about you guys and hope this has made you laugh, but been a blessing at the same
And
time.
I like gifts.
And it's Ron and Hope Unfiltered, real all, and
Relevant.
we'll see you real soon.